Good morning. So, yesterday we talked about Abraham Lincoln and the promises he made to the South and the Battle of Fort Sumter. So, the promises that Abraham Lincoln made, he said that he did not want slavery to spread into the new territories, but he would not interfere with the states that already had slavery established. He also promised the South that he would not get rid of this slavery. The South did not believe these promises, and that led to some issues. It led to the first battle of the Civil War. And that was the Battle of Fort Sumter. So, Abraham Lincoln was sending more soldiers to Fort Sumter in Charleston, and Jefferson Davis, who was the president of the Confederate Army, ordered them to surrender. They would not, and they opened fire. And this was the first battle of the Revolutionary War. So, some of the war strategies that were used. The strategies of the North and South were based on geography, resources, and economics of each region. For the North, initially it fought to preserve the Union, and victory would only come with Southern surrender. They were going on the offensive, so they were the ones doing the attacking. They were going into Southern territory, attacking them, and taking over land, trying to get the South to surrender. The strategy of the North was called the Anaconda Plan. It was called this because they wanted to squeeze off the resources of the South and force them to surrender. So they wanted to take over like supply routes and things like that. That way the South would run out of supplies, and then they would be forced to surrender that way. So the Anaconda Plan had 4 parts. First, it blockaded the southern ports in order to stop shipping between southern states and their British allies. Second, their aim was to split the Confederacy into 2 at the Mississippi River, crossing the South. Third, they would increase the doubt and confusion by destroying the South from within by attacking its transportations, like railroads and communication systems. Finally, they would attack the Confederate capital of Richmond, which is in Virginia. And for the South, their strategies were to fight a defensive war and depend upon the already established cotton trade with England for funds and support. They hoped England would lend them resources for the materials as needed in order to have a monopoly on being their sole buyer of southern cotton. The Confederate Army fought most of the battles in their own section of the country, attacking the Union in the North only twice, in Gettysburg and Antietam.